This is the amazing Spider-Man 2. We're here on Xbox Series S. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. So yeah, I like to dive in and take a look at the amazing Spider-Man 2 because it's the last experience for Spider-Man that we're able to enjoy on the Xbox platform. So on the Series S, you had to have bought this digitally back when it was available for the Xbox One version of the game, and then you're able to enjoy it now because it has been delisted, sadly. Oh wow, there's actually a streaking set of things in the sky. You know, you notice something new every time you go out and enjoy what this experience has to offer. So what are we getting here? 1080p, 30 FPS, auto HDR, pretty straightforward sort of thing, and all the web swinging you could, I don't know, expect, imagine, desire. It's all here. Where you play as Spider-Man.
Gotta blanket the area and see if I sense anything.
The bomb is ticking. Let me use my photographer camera. My spider senses are tingling. Does anyone know where the bomb is? Someone's going to die. Okay, I accidentally just keep clicking the camera. I don't know, guys. Do you know where the bomb is?
Time's ticking.
Oh no! What is gonna happen with all these civilians? What if I don't find the bomb? My spider senses are telling me to just give up and leave the area because it's not going good. Shouldn't you, citizens, with all this time that's like happening, shouldn't you just be running away? Aren't you worried about dying? You could just leave. So anyways, it's like a full story in this one, and Spider-Man blows it.
Out and trying to fly a plane or brain surgery? No. Why? Because I'm not trained for it. But that doesn't stop Spider-Man, does it?
Spider-Man blows.
It's so weird.
So, yeah, you finish the game, the story for the game, and then there's like this kind of never-ending objective where you go and do these like missions, and this game has like a menace system. So based on like how much you help the city out, it's actually a little ridiculous, honestly. But like depending on what you do for the city, it's like you build up like this menace bar and you have to deal with it, which is pretty funny. But yeah, you know, it's got a story, you know, it's got a campaign to it. I remember being okay with this because, you know, I was so used to like, you know, Spider-Man games having like weird stuff or not being the open world. So it was kind of nice for this one to return to the open world back in the day. And I think maybe perhaps the first one was better. I don't know. It's been quite a long time, but The Amazing Spider-Man was pretty cool. And then this one, and this is like a tie-in to the movie, but hilariously, you know, movie-wise, this really doesn't have anything to do with the
I
movie.
even impress myself. Always feels good to take out
It doesn't have like the likeness of Garfield there. It doesn't, you know, like it has its own plot, it has its own characters. It's just kind of sharing the name, really. And it's also got like a little bit of a Carnage angle, which is kind of cool. And yeah, like, yeah, it really does kind of do its own little thing, which is sort of funny. And you know, you get the full city, get the full scope of things. There's some pretty entertaining like missions and stuff. Like they're just kind of like these random almost events that go on. But yeah, you get to do all this stuff. And yeah, there's lots of popping, and yeah, the city hasn't aged the best, but better to have some Spider-Man than no Spider-Man at all. That is for sure. But yeah, I do wish we were, you know, it's a little disappointing. Like obviously we get incredible Spider-Man games nowadays. We really genuinely do. Marvel Spider-Man 2 there, particularly great. Same with Marvel Spider-Man. But like, yeah, Spider-Man used to be available for everyone. So it is an interesting era where there is exclusivity on such an iconic, well-loved superhero. And then again, past that, we haven't had many, you know, superhero kind of games, I guess you would say. We're starting to get some again, but yeah. Not really a whole lot of options here. Anyways, yeah, you go around the city, you do your thing. Now I wanted to kind of like capture that guy, if that makes sense. Spin around. But yeah, you do get the open world, you do get some set structures and missions. You do get to go around and be the web swinger, and you know, there's some different characters and stuff that are present. You get to be Spider-Man. Oh, and there's different costumes. You can go back to your like apartment and like, well, not your apartment. Well, yeah. Anyways, you go back to your house. You see Aunt May and stuff, and you get to like, there's a few different costumes you can get. I think there's like 13 of them or something. And there's like collectibles in the open world. You can like collect comic book pages, which is kind of fun. I think I almost have like all of those, honestly. Yeah, 295 out of 300 comic book pages. There's no achievement or anything for collecting all the comic book pages, so it's sort of useless for me to have, like, to have done. I think I thought there was an achievement, and then I looked and I was like, oh, come on. But I almost have them all, so that's something. So I did play a lot of this game. I did actually play quite a bit of it. All these ridiculous police chases. So you get a bunch of different like sequences, and like, it's not massively impressive gameplay wise, but I mean, they were working off a bit of a, you know, a limited time, if that makes sense. Like, they had to tie in with the film, and they only had so much, you know, time to work on it. And yeah, it was just like very much a thing of its time too, which is interesting. Spider-Man, no! And yeah, there's dynamic car chases and stuff. Get him out of his car! It's like, it's not, I don't think it's too bad. I know that there's definitely been mixed thoughts and stuff like that over the years on it, but I kind of like it for what it is. I enjoy this one. Like I said, it's better to have some Spider-Man than no Spider-Man. Where else would you get such engaging missions like this? He's really making it hard for me to save this woman's life. You're coming with me, man. To safety. It looks like Gwen Stacy a little bit.
No more innocent bystanders for them to track.
I mean, Spider-Man just kills them in that vehicle. Just kidding. He's got all the web. Consider that car webbed. Wait, couldn't you have just done that in the first place? Just like web the whole thing up and then like, I don't know, I don't think they're gonna kill like a hostage, are they?
Within a matter of moments.
And you can do like mission replay. I should really do that one of these years. Just do some mission replay stuff when I take a look at this one. I love doing this as like a bit of a yearly thing. It's kind of a fun thing to do, but yeah. It is pretty cool that this is on the Series S. I feel like I have some sort of exclusive like piece of gaming history, if that makes sense. Like, it really is genuinely an impressive sort of fun thing to have, at least available, is this game. And it's such a cool little piece of history because you literally can't get it anymore. Although it would be really cool if this became some sort of like backwards compatible kind of like thing with the whole, you know, Activision Blizzard ownership. It would be neat if this was made available for people via at least Game Pass or something. Or if they worked out the licensing. I don't think they ever will, but it'd be cool. You know, it's like, it's a property that is, well, it doesn't need any licensing, like character licensing, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't need the likeness of like the actors. It's a unique experience, for better or worse. Okay, I wanted to do that stealthily. I guess that's not going to be an option. Very well, I see how it is. You do get some cool movement sets, and you know, get to do some different things. I kind of want to down this person. There we go. Oh, I forgot too, we haven't shown it yet, but this game has a hilarious Far Cry-like system for like healing. Where you like hold down on the D-pad, and Spider-Man just like heals up. It's kind of funny.
I got him! It's not fighting.
Down you go. I also really need to do the ultimate hard difficulty version of this game at some point down the road. I guess these guys weren't really detected, so I could have stealth attacked them, I guess, but oh well. Spider-Man. Oh, these guys were stealth. Ah, jeez, that's what that purple thing is. It's like a stealth thing, letting you know that, like, you can stealthily attack them. Good thing they attack me one at a time, too. Makes my job a lot easier. Boom, 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 boom. And then I can repel. Whoa! Stealth Spider. Nobody ever expects Spider-Man in stealth form. I mean, it all runs really good, but I mean, this was like a pretty... I think it was decently early on Xbox One era title. So I mean, it's not like it's exactly pushing the hardware or anything, right? It's also very cross-gen like at that time. Oh! I defeated all the thugs. And then the ultimate gang leader thug comes out, the generic lady with the blades. Wonder if I can, like, stealth get her. Can I stealth get this lady? Is that, like, a thing? Can I... She just... Why is she walking like that? Does she know I'm here?
Dental work. Sorry I have to break it.
She's pretty intense. They usually dodge you really crazily. That's why you want to get an advantage on them. How did she get over there? I'll whip her real good. I'll put so much whipping in her, she won't even know what to do.
That someone might see me fighting you losers.
Yeah, okay, Spider-Man, calm down there. You do all kinds of things, you know, like go into a burning building and save people. Although that never seems to go well for me. Or you just swing around the streets. You kinda, you know, you do whatever you need to do. And of course, there's a bit of Oscorp involved, as would be expected.
Spider-Man, could you assist me, please?
I'll save you, citizen. Although I don't know how this even happened, but I'll save you. I think they were just trying to come up with events, honestly. Like, things to do to add extra value, because, like, you know, it was, you know, the main game was, like, kind of, so for length, and it's just, honestly, it's time constraints, I think, was the biggest issue that was holding this one back, and they're just kind of getting it out the door property-wise. But I miss this era. Like, they made... Like, Activision had the license of different, like, Marvel characters for so long, and there was so many different types of games, and it's almost a huge shame that we don't see this, you know, continued, and we've had, like, basically, I think, like, what, a decade of, like, nothing, basically? we're finally starting to get games again, but it's been pretty grim.
Victim said, if Spider-Man hadn't been there, I don't know what would have happened.
Yeah, you tell it how it is, Whitney Chang. You tell it how it is. She's my cheerleader in this world of chaos. Wow, my heroic level's really going up today. And I mean, it is the whole open world, you know, you can go to all the different places, there's all the different little locations. It's just kind of like a very empty open world, if that makes sense. Like, there's not really a whole lot going on in it.
You should do differently? Everything? I almost feel like a bully.
Like a bully? Like Bully Maguire?
Neighborhood residents thanked Spider-Man for cleaning up their community.
It's what I do. I save the day. And that's it. It's like they're just like a bunch of heroic acts. Like I could actually go do story stuff, but kind of enjoy the web swing for what it is. So let's see what other kind of things there are. What other kind of missions do we have? Oh, and there's day, there's night stuff, but it's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just kind of like you go and load somewhere else, then you come back, and it'll be like a different time of day. I think there was like a way to change it, but I don't really recall, because there was like an apocalyptic scenario from what I remember within the city. But yeah, it was mostly just kind of like they had this existing large open world. They kind of bumped it up a little bit for quality, and then they did a new story thing, and that was about it. Like even the Central Park here, like it's just like laughable coming off of like Marvel Spider-Man 2, just how much of a difference,
I thought about
you know, there is
that would be silly.
between this one and that one. But I mean, there's also different eras and different times, right? I think there's a comic book page right here if that sparkly sign says anything to me. Although I don't see it. Where are you, sparkly sign? See, there's like that sparkle, which I think means there should be like a comic book page around here. I mean, I've collected so many of them, it's just kind of annoying to leave some of the last ones here, if that makes sense.
Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I'd been bitten by a hedgehog.
You wonder what would have happened if you... Some of the dialogue in this is really intriguing, too. What would have happened if I would have been bitten by a hedgehog? A radioactive hedgehog. What would that even be like? Spider-Man with his weird sayings. I guess that's his quirk, right? He's always got something humorous to say. At least it feels on brand with Spider-Man. I also love that the heroic level is like dropping down so much. I've done all of these like great deeds, and it's just like he's a menace. Like if it gets too bad of a menace level, there's like all these annoying like mesh, like, well, not really mesh, but like electronic nets that get in the way, and they're just like so aggravating. It drives me crazy. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, I get to go in the city. I mean, you can walk along the streets too. Not a whole lot of stuff going on with the crowds, though.
An apology would be appropriate.
I definitely would not want to be the team that kind of has to follow up, like, you know, Insomniac's Marvel Spider-Man stuff. I would not want to be the team that has to follow up and do that kind of, like, you know, another open world, because they're just, like, it's so technical. And it's so hard to start from scratch, if that makes sense, like, to build something like that. You'd have to do different techniques almost in the modern era to be able to achieve
Gramercy's got a
something
lot of
impressive of
UN
that scale.
personnel. Always potential kidnapping targets.
A potential kidnapping target? No way. Should I rescue these civilians? No. The civilians need to learn to rescue themselves. I'm Spider-Man, and I've got more important tasks to go to. Because I always love to have a little bit of a fun spot for those that have enjoyed the full experience of Spider-Man. Wow. Always fun playing as this character. I think it probably always will be too, won't it? It'll always be a blast taking a look at this character. Even if this game isn't necessarily perfect, it's got its moments to it. At least I think so. Just walk into the store as Spider-Man. Be weird about it, Peter Parker. See? Parker's his own character too. Whoa. I know, what a situation. Okay.
There you are. I was starting to think you'd forgotten about me, and hey, you know how sensitive I am.
See? We got Stan Lee here. What other games have Stan Lee? And comic books. If you don't have Stan, what are you doing, right? Gotta have the perfect cameo, the perfect, you know, kind of inclusion. I mean, hey look, there's Morbius, which made $100 Morbius dollars.
Can't let that stand.
That's funny, but yeah, I always like to show this one off at the end.
You know, at first, I was against